inside 620 South Elm, where Bluebell once manufactured its overalls. A lot more manufacturing is going on today, and this one has a lot of heart. You know, you've heard the saying, home is where the heart is. Well, then this company has a whole lot of heart. The story behind the home t-shirts and the man behind them. Zeke Vantries is the owner of Home State Apparel. Zeke, how did this all get started?
Oh, well, in 2011, I was the general manager of the Green Bean Coffee House, and I was trying to design shirts for Greensboro because I love this town and I love North Carolina. And in that design process, I came up with the home design, and we made 50 shirts and started selling them at Design Archives, which is also downtown, and they sold out in 2 weeks. And so we made 100 more, and those sold out real fast. And then, 4 years later, we make them for all 50 states and have 14 employees, and it's been a fun ride ever since.
And you just love Greensboro. You love North Carolina, and that's how it started?
Yeah. So I lived in about 7 different states growing up, and I didn't move to North Carolina till my 20s. And it wasn't until I came here where I just fell in love with the state, the geography, the people, the town of Greensboro especially. It was the first place I really felt like it was home, and I just, I wanted to shout it from the rooftops. I was like, I love this place, and so that kind of was the impetus for starting to design shirts to show your pride for where you're from and what you call home.
Okay, so but going from making some shirts, even 100 shirts, to then diving full in, having employees, making it your full-time job, that's a big jump. I mean, was that scary, and how did you do it?
Yeah, so it would kind of happen very organically and naturally over the course of a year. I was making shirts, and they kept selling, and people kept saying, you could really got something here. And I was still working my other job and doing this part-time, and then just as stores started calling and saying, hey, can I order wholesale? And at some point in 2012, it just became apparent, like, hey, you need to quit your job and go full bore. So I got a little 350 square foot studio in this building, and started printing them myself, because I started having another printer print them for me. And so then I bought my own screen printing equipment and started printing them all myself, and then just started filling orders and gaining wholesale customers from there.
And are you still basically printing them the same way now? Just with more people?
It is. It's pretty much the same way we started, except now we have many screens instead of just the basic ones. We have a couple extra designs, and this is the original press right here we started on, and now we have an additional press and 2 screen printers that print full-time for us.
And so how many shirts are going out of here a day or a week, a year?
So I think we ship like over 2,000 shirts a week usually, I think on average.
So, and not just shirts, we should say.
Right. So we make a wide variety of products, from mugs to wood keychains to leather wallets, wood plaques, hoodies, sweatshirts, embroidered hats. What's really interesting and kind of complicated about this business is every time we want to introduce a new design or a new colorways, you have to multiply that by 50. And so people are like, oh, well, can you make these 6 colors? And I'm like, well, 6 times 50 times 5 sizes, and that's like 3,000 SKUs. So we do a lot of research in North Carolina, developing our products, and make prototypes and introduce those to North Carolina. So often NC gets like the best, most original stuff first.
We like to hear that.
Well, then we'll take them and introduce them to other states.
Okay, so when you see people wearing your shirts, first here, I mean, that's pretty cool to start with, but then, in magazines and newspapers, on TV, that has to be pretty cool.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of really exciting parts of that. One, I was walking downtown Greensboro, and literally on one block past this teenager who was probably 18, and he had on a shirt. And the very next block was, a woman probably, in her 60s or 70s had on the same exact shirt. And I thought that was really cool because there's like a universal appeal to to your home and what that means to you. And so I really like that aspect. And then the other aspect is being like, I was out in San Francisco visiting my son out there, and was walking through the airport, and you see people with the shirt on. You're like, home shirt. And it's a fun game.
I want to tell you, I made that shirt.
Yeah. Well, I do feel compelled sometimes. So sometimes we'll have like a waitress who will have one on, or notice like if we're wearing one, she's like, I have one of those. I love that. And you want to be all like, yep, I made that shirt.
Yeah, that's so cool. And so you're obviously invested in Greensboro, particularly downtown, South Elm. I mean, why is this so important to you to be here?
I've been trying to answer that question for like 10 years. And I don't know, there's a sort of like ineffable quality about it. Like as I walk downtown and walk through Greensboro, and I feel like there's so much energy and potential there, and I feel like compelled to be a part of it. It's exciting. I love the people who are involved. I love being a part of it, and I love being able to be, hands-on and really like make a difference and have an idea and see that idea, manifest. And Greensboro is a great place to manifest ideas.
Great. Well, we wish you continued success.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
T-shirts, keychains, decals, mugs, accessory. You can find them all online. Go to homestateapparel.com.